Manchester, here's Peter White.
Hey, bud, what's your problem? Yeah!
Hey everybody, good morning. Good morning, Manchester. It's the morning show coming at you live from downtown Manchester at 95.3 WMNH. We got a rainy morning here, but it's all setting up to be perfect this weekend. All right, Thirsty Thursday, we have Darryl the Dragon Dion here this morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you, Darryl?
Very good. It's kind of dark out, though.
It is dark.
Yeah.
Feels like we're doing this at night.
Yeah, it does.
I don't know.
I think I have to wake up again.
Wake up. Wake up, everybody. Just wake up. All right, very excited to have Mike Martineau here today. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Doing great.
You look good. You gotta work this morning.
Yep, got a day game, 10:35 start. And then got a full week.
Full week of work.
Yep.
Oh, boy. Well, that's good for you, though.
Yes, it is.
All right, well, the phone lines are open all morning, 250-6007. I believe Gonzo is scheduled to be on the show today, but who knows? He's a brand new dad. You don't know how things go.
A lot of responsibility.
A lot of responsibility.
A lot of diapers.
A lot of diapers. It's been about, what, 2 weeks, 3 weeks? 2 weeks?
2 or 3, yeah.
Right.
I'm sure he's changed his fair share.
Okay, very good.
He's becoming a professional.
Yes, a professional father. Right, a professional, responsible guy.
Yeah.
You gotta be.
That's a trick.
You gotta be.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. When you have a child, I think it changes you, no matter who you are. It should anyway.
Generally, dramatically.
And if it doesn't, well,
You're out the door.
you're out the door, babe. All right. Let's see. Facebook Live Room is lighting up this morning. We just turned that on. You can go on to Facebook, The Morning Show with Peter White, get a glimpse inside the studio, and see how handsome we really are.
Or not.
No one compares to Mike Martineau here, the best looking guy.
Yeah.
All right. So we have 60 degrees right now, and the rain seems to be going on and off, but it is super dark out. They predicted storms this morning, possibly. But like I said, this is setting up for what's going to be a wonderful weekend.
It's supposed to be beautiful.
Yeah.
Really
Right.
nice.
Oh, okay. I just got some bad news here. Thank you, Ryan Gorman. Okay, looks like Gonzo's dad passed away yesterday.
Oh, sorry to hear
So
that.
sorry to hear that, Mike Gonzales.
Oh,
Okay, thank you, Ryan Gorman.
We
Who's
had
out there?
We had a birthday yesterday, right?
I know, we talked about it yesterday, Mike. I don't want to take up 2 shows on Ryan Gorman.
A bit much.
Right.
Oh,
But,
that's sad to hear.
Yeah, that is sad to hear. So
Had he been ill for a while?
I you know what? I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know, but I'm just hearing it from Ryan now. So Gonzo, our thoughts and prayers are with you this morning.
Absolutely.
And wow, here we go. Here we go again. Are you ready?
Ready.
We have a great show here this morning at 8 a.m. We will be speaking to Australian hip hop artist Mugzy. Do you know who Mugzy is?
No.
Okay. Well, I didn't either, but
So you had never heard of him?
no, he contacted me,
Wow.
and then I was like, "Well, okay, you sure you got the right guy? Are you sure you're not calling?"
You sure you got the right country?
Right. I we're not in Manchester, England.
Ooh.
So I did send him back a message saying, just so we're clear here, you're calling into the morning show in Manchester, New Hampshire, USA. And so I looked up this guy on Spotify and stuff. He's got some. He really is. He's an up and coming hip hop artist from Australia. I'm anxious to talk to him.
Oh, absolutely. How old is he?
You know what? I don't know.
We're going to find out.
Right.
It's amazing that. Did you get a chance to talk with him at all?
I did not because
we'll
he's
do it now.
14. Well, he's 14 hours in the future. Right. There's a 14-hour time difference.
So what time is it in Australia now?
It'll be 10 p.m. when he calls. When he Skypes in at 8.
10 p.m.
10 p.m. Right. That's 14 hours. Did I do the math right?
Yeah.
Right. There you go. Hey, good morning to Randy Kelly. Good morning, Randy, and Ellen Philbrook, Kevin Marchand, and of course, Gormani Versace, who turned 41 yesterday.
Yes, he did.
You know what? I mean, that's real. You know, that's a goal for Ryan because I don't think he thought he was going to make it to
Didn't think he'd
41.
make it?
No, but I mean, you know what? I think he'll make it till 80 now. Maybe. We'll have to have him in next week sometime. We'll have Gorman in because I want to talk to him about his gig over there at the Bernie Sanders campaign.
Absolutely.
That would be cool.
Very cool.
All right. Good morning to Dave Pelletier. Good morning to you. Thanks for tuning in. All right. So it is June 6th today?
6th. Yes.
Well, first of all, let's talk about it. It's the 75th anniversary of D-Day, which I mean, I wasn't around, but
neither was I.
If history taught me right, my grandfather was around.
Yeah. My dad was in India.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he served in India.
Okay. My grandfather also served, but he didn't go. He stayed in the U.S. at one of the
Bases.
Yeah, one of the bases. But I remember, hearing stories about he remembers a lot of friends and a lot of people going over there. And
It was supposed to be the war that end all wars.
Right.
It didn't work out that way.
It didn't, but at the time, it did change. It did change the course of history.
Oh, most definitely. I think one of the key issues that as we wound down in World War II, was allowing Russia to take hold of a section of Germany,
Right.
which created a real. They created the Cold War, basically.
Yeah, it was.
They split it. They built the wall, East and West Germany, and that was not good.
Now, and I hate to compare it to a movie, but we've all seen Saving Private Ryan.
It was on yesterday.
Right. So it was probably one of the harshest scenes in a movie depicting that. Right.
Tremendous bloodshed. Wow.
Yeah.
Right. And it almost, to the point where.
Almost unwatchable.
Exactly. Fast,
Right.
unwatchable. It is.
Brutal. I mean, they didn't hold back with the brutality.
Right.
So you get, I think people who saw the movie, who watched the movie, got a real sense that, you know what? This probably happened just like this.
Absolutely.
Because we lost Americans, we lost almost 10,000 Americans on the
Right.
beach, 22,000 British soldiers, a devastating and horrifically bloody day.
Right. Awful.
Yeah.
Awful. So most of the world leaders will be there today in Normandy.
Yep, they already had the ceremony because they're 6 hours ahead of us. So.
Oh, they're from the future?
Yeah.
Yes.
6 hours ahead.
6 hours ahead. So, well, here's to all our World War II veterans remembering the 75th anniversary of D-Day. It's hard to talk about, It
So-
really is if you think of how heavy it really is. I never
Changed the
had
course of the war.
I never had to experience anything like that because these people, did that. You know what I mean? Like, when I was growing up, there wasn't much of a military thing going on.
Right.
You know what I mean? There really wasn't any big. There were things.
Vietnam had finished pretty much.
Right. That finished when I was about 5 years old. But then the rest of it, other than a few spots in the world where we were having trouble, but there was no really big war until the Desert Storm in 1989.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Well, there you have it. All right. It is D-Day, and that falls on June 6th. And we have it's other days too today, Darryl.
I knew there were.
Yes. Yes. It is okay. Well, if you're an atheist out there, it's I know a few. And it's Atheist Pride Day. So there you have it. Let's take this call, Darryl. Good morning. You're on the air.
Hey, I wasn't going to call, but then I heard...
Oh, we knew you were going to
Gonzales
call,
died,
man.
so I
We
wanted
knew
to
you were
say,
going to call.
Rest in peace.
What'd you say, Ease?
Gonzales' dad died. I'm sorry to hear that. Made me really sad.
Right. Well, I think we're all a little sad
That's
now.
got to be tough. He just had a new baby born. Now his father died. That's a tough one.
Right. But you never know. Maybe Ryan Gorman, maybe he's just saying that, spreading rumors.
I doubt it.
Oh, Gorman's
Wow,
like
that
that.
would be a real bad rumor. Hey, speaking of Ryan Gorman, I looked on the website of Kara Robideau, and there was supposed to be an article about his portrait there, and I didn't see it. Is it something that's not written yet, or?
Oh, no.
You'll have to take that up with Carol.
It's out there. You can go onto the morning show page and scroll down. I posted it on there.
Oh, all right. I'll check that out when I hit the library later on. Then.
Oh, you can hit
Oh
the
yeah, I
line.
wanted to say we got a new fan of the morning show
Oh, we do.
out there in this world. My sister.
Oh, aloha, Eric's
Aloha.
I finally
sister.
clicked her onto the YouTube because she don't have Facebook Live, and obviously she's living in Maui.
Okay.
She says, "Wow," she says, "Great show."
Well,
Right.
I'm glad she
Yeah.
likes it.
Well, very nice. Thank you.
And she likes my nickname too, Easy G.
Well, why wouldn't she like it? We all love it.
It would be bad if she didn't like it.
When the hell are you coming back, man?
Tuesday. They 5 days to the big Amanda and Tom coming back to the show.
5 days.
Yeah.
5 days.
I couldn't sleep this morning, so I rewrote my whole entertainment report. So I got some hot, exciting news, fresh entertainment news. I spoke to Trixie, so she let me know some hot news going on downtown Manchester. So I will alert all my fans about the new news. Right now, I'm keeping it under the table, as they say.
Well, we're thinking about
Tuesday,
doing.
I'll let it all out, as they say.
Well, I have an announcement for you. I think we're going to try to do a show over at Goldenrod. What do you think about that?
Oh no, I don't like that idea.
Well, what do you mean? You can go in. We can go inside. We won't
can
be
do
outside.
it inside.
Right.
Yeah.
What?
Oh yeah, I'll make another prediction for the day. There's going to be no 10:30 game today. It's going to get rained out. Sorry, Mike.
That wasn't nice. It's supposed to stop
Mike's
raining.
Mike's all ready for work. It's supposed to stop raining. Why are you raining on his parade?
This is my crazy prediction for the day. No game. Oh, guys. I've been wrong before, so we'll see what happens. If I'm wrong, I'll have egg on my face. How's that?
Well, that's
yeah,
right.
and I'll throw it at you, Eric.
Oh, come on, guys.
Oh, nice.
Would that be scrambled then?
All right, you guys have a great Thursday. I'll be listening.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Bye.
All right. We'll talk to you in a few minutes. Well, he usually calls twice.
Yeah.
He
It'll be a
does.
few more minutes, yeah.
Right.
And by the time he delivers that entertainment report next Tuesday, it'll be old news.
Oh, it'll be really old.
Yeah.
It'll be really old.
Extremely old.
All right. It's drive-in movie day. And do you still go to the drive-in, anybody? You?
Jeez. You know, that pretty much was a kid thing. You know,
Right.
in other words, bring your kids to the drive-in.
But you still.
As an adult, I didn't go much.
Right. I'm telling you. I went to the drive-in a lot. I remember seeing Star Wars, Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
At the drive-in?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I saw King Kong with Jeff Bridges and what's her name there? You know.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
What's her name?
Why can't we think of her?
I don't know.
Yeah. What's her name?
It's right there.
Yeah, it is right there too. I can't think right now. She's great too.
She was. Oh.
Oh, anyway. So yeah.
Somebody tell us who that was.
But you can still enjoy the drive-in.
Oh,
you
yeah.
can go up to Milford.
Yep.
And they
They
still,
still
do
got
it.
the 2 screens?
Right.
Yep.
2 screen. And back when I was a kid, you just put that one. You got one speaker that was coming in through your car, right?
Hooked on the
Yeah,
window.
hooked on the window. And then later on, now you can tune it in on your radio.
There are no drive-ins in this general area.
No, other than like I said, you have to go
Just
to Milford. Yeah.
They
Or
got a monopoly.
Weirs Beach.
Weir's Beach. Yeah.
They
from
know
the-
one in Weirs? Really?
Yeah.
Or they've had one. It's shut down. We've because we couldn't sell the land, so maybe we've opened that one. I've been to the Milford one. I'm trying to remember what I saw there, but it's
Yeah. You saw a movie there.
yeah, I saw a couple.
All right. That's pretty cool. Now you just sit in the car.
Yeah,
Yeah, I guess right. If you have like a truck or something like that, you can back in and kind of get all cozy in the back with
Yeah.
blankets and stuff.
Absolutely.
I haven't been to a drive-in movie in years. Couldn't even tell you. All right. National Applesauce Cake Day. Whoopee. That's pretty boring.
You know something?
Oh, boy. Here we go.
You know those muffins? You know those muffins I gave it? They
Yes.
had applesauce in them.
Oh, they did.
Yes, they did. And they were extremely delicious.
They were delicious. Those zucchini muffins, I think, were the best, though.
Delish.
All right. It's National Higher Education Day. Nothing wrong with that.
Absolutely. You want to get high on education.
Get high on education. That's right. All right. National Gardening Exercise Day. Is gardening exercising?
Oh, most definitely.
Really? 'Cause
Especially if you get into it.
yeah, because you have to crouch down and
You got your tools in there. You got to get out. You know, the key to gardening is getting those damn weeds out.
right.
The weeds are the problem.
Yeah, how do you do that though?
Dig deep.
Oh, really?
You got to dig deep.
The more
because
weeds
you got to
grow,
get them
though?
at the root. Got to get them
Right.
at the root.
Or more will grow.
Yes, they'll come back with vengeance.
All right, National Eyewear Day.
We got eyewear.
We have eyewear. Mike doesn't have eyewear, but
you're a lucky
showing
guy that
it's
you have
showing
no
many
eyewear.
different sunglasses. Are you a fan? I'm a huge fan of sunglasses.
I don't wear sunglasses.
I don't wear them as much as I used to because I can't see with sunglasses anymore.
Right. So do you have to put the sunglasses over the glasses?
No, I don't do that, Darryl.
That's a bad-
'cause that
that's a
doesn't
bad
look
look,
good.
man.
Yeah, that doesn't look good. Doesn't look good.
It looks really,
No.
really bad.
But I mean, I'll
So
go.
you'd have to get prescription sunglasses.
Right, which is, come on now. That's just ridiculous.
Yike.
But I do like sunglasses. I'll even go and I will look at you go into any kind of store or whatever, and you can see a big
Display.
a display of sunglasses. I will look for the craziest sunglasses, and there's a few of me and my friends also. We're all big fans of crazy sunglasses.
The big white ones or the big red ones.
Yeah, just whatever. If as long as they look good,
Absolutely.
that's what it's all about. All right, National Hunger Awareness Day. I'm pretty hungry right now.
I'm
pretty
very aware that I'm hungry.
I am hungry right now. So if you'd like to bring Mike, Darryl, or myself a bagel or something, 1045 Elm Street, 3rd floor, we will be here because we are hungry. National Hunger Awareness Day.
Don't forget the cream cheese.
Oh, okay. All right. It is National Yo-Yo Day. Did you play with a yo-yo when you were a kid?
Certainly did.
Really?
And I used to do the walk the yo-yo, walk the dog. I used to be able to do some of the tricks, but yeah, it was fun. It was fun.
Okay. All right. We got Carol Robidoux tuning into the Facebook Live room, and it looks like she might be coming by. Does that mean we don't call you at 7:30, Carol, and you might come in after?
Oh, I'd love to see her. We never see her.
Right. Debbie Lorendo says sympathy to Ryan Gorman and his family on his dad's passing. May he rest in peace. Well, Debbie, thank you so much. Thank you so much. But I think you're getting things mixed up a little bit. It is our friend Gonzo, who's Mike Gonzales, who lost his dad.
Although Mr. Gorman did bring us the news.
Ed Gorman is still alive. We don't want to go around spreading any rumors.
No.
Okay, and Ryan Gorman's dad is okay, alive and well. So yes, you never know. People twist things. Twist things before you know it. We're dead.
Yeah.
How'd you hear those guys?
The rumors of my death were certainly exaggerated.
Right. Shannon McGuire says she went to see Jaws at the drive-in, and they took it. She was 5 years old, and yeah, crazy. Jaws is a crazy movie.
Sure is. You know what it is? It's the music. Dun, dun, dun,
I think you're
dun,
right.
dun, 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 dun. John Williams did a great job.
Right. So
Scared the crap out of people.
okay, so we're going to shift things a little bit. Carol will be in around. She's going to try to pop by in the 8:30 hour,
Oh, excellent.
right after we talk to Mugzy.
Mugzy.
We might have to. So since Carol's not coming on at 7:30, we might have to get acquainted with some of this Mugzy music.
Yeah, perhaps, yes.
We'll play a couple clips, I guess.
Yeah.
Again, Ryan Gorman's dad is alive and well. People are running with that, Darryl.
Oh, most definitely.
People will run with that.
Jeez.
I've met Ed Gorman a few times too.
Oh, you have?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah. Nice guy.
So did Ryan fall far from the apple? Did the apple fall far from the tree?
Yeah. I don't know if I can compare the two.
Okay. That's probably a good thing.
Right. I don't know. I mean, Ed Gorman's probably thinking, "Wow, I got. I don't know. They have a good relationship.
Oh, that's good.
I believe
that's
so.
all that counts, man.
Yeah. All right. National Moonshine Day. Now, moonshine is,
Bathtub gin.
right. I've never had. I can't even drink regular. Well, I can drink gin.
Do they sell moonshine?
I don't know, Mike. Do they sell moonshine? No, they must
You
sell.
know what? I think they do.
Right. There is some.
Where, I don't know, but I think it's disturbingly strong,
Moonshine.
I would guess.
Moonshine. Yeah, I'm not sure, Darryl.
I'm not either.
Oh, well, what are you going to do? All right. Yes, Debbie Lorendo, thank you for correcting that. Yeah, well, I didn't, people are going to go back and read it and say, whoa.
Whoa, exactly.
So Carol's going over to, going somewhere. She's going to the networking meeting with the Wolf Pack. Do we know what the Wolf Pack is?
I do not know. The only wolf pack I knew of was in The Hangover.
We probably should know, too, because it sounds like she's going to something important.
Yeah, probably.
Good morning to Amy Hazard King. It's very nice to see you in this morning. And Bill Burke. Bill Burke in there again this morning.
All right.
I see Bill sometimes. Right outside here, and he always gives me a wave.
All right.
Great guy. So he, did you know Bill was once, and I think I'm correct, it says it on his Facebook, he's a retired police officer, but he was the police chief in Chester, New Hampshire.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice gig.
Pretty badass.
Yeah.
So don't mess with,
Don't mess with Bill.
no, and he eats a lot of meat.
Eats a lot of meat.
Yeah. Yeah, he
Okay.
goes to that.
He's a carnivore.
He is a carnivore.
But boop, boop.
Right. But all he's worried about this morning is Easy G going over his 100 minutes or 1,000 minutes. He probably only has like 600 left.
Probably.
And it's the beginning of the month still.
Long way to go.
Right. Well, of course, Kevin Marchand says you can get the moonshine over at the liquor store.
The real stuff?
Yeah, you can get. Well, I mean, yeah, they sell it in at the New Hampshire liquor store.
Really? I'm going to have to check that out.
Really, you're gonna have some moonshine?
I didn't say
But
I
what are
was
you
going
gonna
to
do?
have any.
Well, you're gonna need something when you're off for three. In
I'm gonna
3
need
weeks.
a jolt, man.
Right. Absolutely crazy. So we are excited. You know what? We are excited to have this Mugzy guy. I still don't understand why he's calling this show.
I'd like to know how we got to know you.
I don't know. He just checked. I mean, I don't know. Is that the question of the morning?
It could be, this show could be worldwide.
Well, I mean, technically any show that's broadcast on the internet is worldwide.
Exactly.
Because you can get it anywhere, pretty much.
He had to have gotten
Except
it
maybe,
there.
right. I don't know, you must have run into it.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe we're popular in Australia. Good day, mates.
And it's entirely possible that we are.
Good day, mates. But it's almost 10 o'clock in the morning, 10 o'clock at night there on a Thursday night. So they're going to be moving into Friday in a couple of hours.
Exactly.
One day ahead of us. See, that'll drive you crazy if you think about it. The whole time thing. Because they are really calling from the future. Kinda.
Pretty much.
I mean,
14 hours.
in the sense of time and everything.
Right. The time continuum.
Right. So, Mikey, what have you been up to? How you been? We haven't seen you since last week.
I've been good. Basically, I saw Rocket Man on Thursday night, the new Elton John movie. That was awesome.
How'd you like it?
Yeah, how was it?
It was great. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I was able to go to a premiere party for it over at Chunky's, and
How do you get into these great events?
or basically because they promote them on Facebook. So
Really?
basically this was a 21 plus showing only. So
Okay.
So
Oh.
and Chunky's had a special drink made, or they basically every movie premiere now they do a special drink. So they called it the Rocket Man Pop. I liked it, had a good time, and then
Wait a second. What was in the Rocket Man Pop?
it was
Holy smokes.
it was Blue Carousel, Tito's vodka.
Holy smokes. No
When-
wonder you didn't make it in Friday morning.
Even though I only had one, I
One
had,
could do it.
yeah.
Wow.
And then let's see.
The Rocket Man Pop. Someone get me some of that. I'll have what he's having.
Yeah, really.
Then I went to the Hope Community Night at Saskeen. That was fun.
Okay, yeah, you were one of the ones that made it over there.
Yeah,
Me and Darryl got a hard time.
Sadly, we didn't.
We didn't make it.
yeah.
Did you pass on that I wasn't going to be there though? Because I talked to you. Because you asked me if I was going. Did you tell Matt that Peter's not going to make it?
He never talked.
Yeah, you talked to me. You said, "Are you going to the?" You texted me. Are you going to the Saskeen tonight? To the Hope event, didn't you? Okay, you don't remember. You've been drinking too much. You've been drinking too much Rocket Pop.
Rocket Man Pop.
Yeah.
Right.
And then, so the new Fishercats homestand started on Tuesday. I worked Tuesday night. I had last night off so I can be with my softball and baseball teams, celebrating the end of the season. So it was a good time. And then back to work.
Now, was it a banquet?
Not
Not formally.
Not formally. We were able to get a softball was able to get a suite, so provided by Northeast Delta Dental. So that was a great time. We enjoyed it. And then baseball team was there too. And
Oh,
then
cool.
home game, early game today. And then finished the homestand on Sunday. And then I'm off for a couple weeks. So
Oh, a couple weeks.
until they come back into town, which is not until the following week. But I got other stuff going on.
You are a busy guy, man.
Yeah.
You really, really are.
Yeah, it's summer. I'm calming down. I'm still busy.
That's right. But you need that time to relax. School's done. You get.
Yeah.
I mean, when school's finally all done, isn't it a breath of like, okay, I can take a break,
Yeah.
right? Or do you miss it?
Yes, I miss school, but it's like, yeah, I could take a summer course if I want, but I'm like, I just want to break. I want to relax.
Yeah.
Work, and
Well, you look good, Mike.
yeah.
Yeah, you do.
I always try to.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you do. You look fantastic.
Fabulous.
Right. All right. So again, if you're just tuning in, Carol will be on a little bit later. She is at a meeting with the Wolf Pack. And again, if you're just tuning in, Australian rapper MC Mugzy will be Skyping in at 8 o'clock, or we'll Skype him, whatever.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a beautiful weekend. I don't even know what I'm doing. Do you know? Do you have any plans this weekend, Daryl?
I don't think so. It's supposed to be beautiful.
It is. It's going to be
Sunny
one of the best.
all weekend. Temperature rising.
That's right.
Pretending it's summer.
Right. It's almost
Close.
It's almost summer.
This is summer, June 20th.
Something like that. 20th, 21st. I don't know when the actual equinox falls, but it's
No.
somewhere around the. No, it's the solstice, right?
Summer solstice.
Right.
yes.
Summer solstice. The equinox is fall and spring,
I think so.
right? Is that how it works? I don't know either. We think we know about all this stuff, but we really know nothing.
I think we're guessing.
I think you're right.
I do know about some scores, though.
Okay, yeah. Hit us with. You have some latest Bruins tonight, right?
Bruins tonight.
Bruins tonight.
Series is 2-2.
Yep.
And last night, Warriors and Raptors at Golden State. Raptors pulled off an upset, 123-109. And in essence, it really wasn't an upset because the Warriors had basically nobody. They had Curry and Draymond Green, and all the rest of the guys were pretty much bench players because they're banged up.
Right.
But
Bruins fans worried tonight? Are they worried?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so. It's back at Boston, right? The fifth game is in Boston, right?
Yes.
It's 2-2.
All right, that's a big one.
Yeah.
That's a real big one.
Interestingly enough, the Raptors, they played very, very well. They shot 52% from two-point land, which is awesome. There was not a man on that team that shot under 50%. They all shot above, either at 50 or more, better than 50%, which is
Wow.
generally never heard of. And they shot 42% from three-point land, which is awesome as well. So they had a great shooting game. The Warriors were beat up, so they got beat. It's 2-1 Raptors staying in Golden State, playing Friday night.
Wow.
And the Sox had a great game last night.
Okay.
Chris Sale finally showed his true form.
They got the worst record second to the worst record in the league,
He
right?
was 1-7 going in.
What happened to? I know, but what happened to them coming back a month ago or something? Remember that?
It's a slow climb.
It's a
but
slow climb.
The Yankees are starting to lose, so they'll be able to catch up. They'll come back to the field.
Yeah, you think they had, did all even out at the end of the season?
I think so. I think the Sox got a good team.
The Yankees spanked them over the last weekend, right?
Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
It doesn't even bother me, really.
Nah.
I don't know why.
Nah, not a big Sox fan anyway. But Sale was great.
I love the Sox. I don't know. It's not something I feel like I have other stuff going on.
You don't tune in.
No, not often.
Yeah.
I will check out the Bruins tonight, I think.
A big game.
And I'm not a super hockey fan or anything like that, but you watch a big game.
Yeah,
It's
the
fun.
playoffs are totally different.
Yeah,
and
it gets
the finals.
exciting. Will you watch the game, Mike?
Probably since I have tonight off. Probably.
Okay, very good. So good luck to the Boston Bruins tonight.
Yes.
And we'll be right back with, we don't have Carol, so we'll see what happens.
You're listening to Peter White. Call us at 250-6007. It's the morning show.
Wake up, Manchester.
All right, we are back here. Good morning, Manchester. Thanks for tuning in on this Thirsty Thursday morning. We have 61 degrees outside. It's kind of humid out there, huh?
Yeah, it's warm.
I brought shorts just in case because I don't want to get stuck in pants all day.
Yeah.
Do you ever worry about that stuff?
Not generally.
Oh, boy.
And I got to come back downtown this afternoon.
Wow. Well, look who's here. Making as much noise as he can as he comes in. Right. Wow, very good. All right, come on and sit down, sir. How are you? You know Mikey Martineau, right?
Yeah.
All right, hey, Gonzo's here, everybody. Gonzo, what's going down, man?
What's going on, bud?
You okay?
Well, we heard you might not be in today.
Well, I mean, my dad's not going anywhere, so.
Right. Okay.
He definitely is not.
No, he's not moving very fast.
Okay, so, well, do you want to talk about it for a second?
Yeah, actually, I came in here for a specific reason. I mean, I'll hang out for the
Mugzy?
show, but
Mugzy?
yeah. A lot of people don't like to talk about death, you know, and it's not a very fun subject, that's for sure.
No, it's not.
One thing that is certain is life is short and sudden. Like, you just don't know. So, one thing that's kind of eating me up is, Peter, like, the last thing I did was I sent my dad a nasty message.
Okay.
And then he died the next day. So it's kind of like, if people are out there listening, you know, learn from me, because I'll never get to take it back. Like, if you're beefing with your mom, if you're fighting with a friend, they could die tomorrow. They could literally die tomorrow, and then you
Absolutely.
don't have any recourse. So, you know,
So,
you live once. Build that bridge and get over it. Honestly, like,
You're totally right.
so
you know. So like, but we're in a good place. Like when he passed away, we were
You
still
guys
best
very-
friends. Yeah,
you guys are very
Good,
close.
good.
yeah. I was just mad at him for something stupid, and
Yeah, of course.
It generally is.
yeah, and it means nothing. But I did feel a lot of guilt about it. You know what I mean? Because I didn't expect him to die.
right.
Absolutely.
Can I ask
You know?
how old was your dad?
I think he's 62.
Okay.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Pretty young
Okay.
man.
That's a tough thing. Surprise?
Yeah, a very big surprise. And you know, he did a lot. He's kind of a Manchester guy. I bet there's a lot of people out there that know him. I mean, I know Tibbetts knows him. I know Bill Berry knows him very well.
Really?
They used to coach together. Yeah.
Okay.
And, Tony Booton. Like, these are all, like, people that are probably hearing about it for the first time, you know. And
Right.
Right. Well, I
Yeah.
wasn't sure. Yeah, because
but
Ryan
well,
came
of
in.
course Corman would do something like that. It's
Yeah.
all about, you know, my condolences. Like,
Right,
It's all
thanks.
about me. No, I'm just kidding, Gorman. I love you.
But
But yeah, I mean, you know, you can't take it back once he's gone. So it's like the last thing on my phone is a mean text, you know, and
right.
unfortunately, I have to deal with that. But
Well, you know what though? I mean, that kind of stuff unfortunately happens, but in the big scheme of things,
Yeah.
I don't think you should hold on to that for the rest of your life, because I think if you had that kind of relationship with your father, I mean, he would understand, like, oh, geez, you know what I mean?
Right.
I don't, you know.
right, and I'm sure he's, as I say, looking over me. But there's only one way to be sure of it. To all the people out there, you can't just count on them looking over you. Like, if they're alive, tell them you love them. Like, if you love someone, just say, hey, man, I love you, dude.
I love you guys.
Because I'll tell you what, you can't just count on them looking over you. I mean,
Right.
we all have faith and all, but one thing is for certain, that you're there, I'm
Physically,
here.
yes.
And 2 days ago, I could have said I love you to him. And, you know, I wish I did. So,
Sometimes it's not something, especially if it's someone like your mom or your dad, and you know, you're
stubbornness and all that.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
oh yeah.
And that's the thing, like,
But I think deep inside, your dad knew that you
oh,
loved
yeah,
him.
yeah, of
I mean,
course,
yeah.
of
Oh,
course.
yeah.
And that's why I'm here. I'm not sitting there crying into a pillow. I just wanted to get it out there. Like, hey, man, bridge that gap. Like,
Yeah.
your buddy that you're pissed off at, he's pissed at you. I guarantee you, if you just talk normally, you guys will slip right into your comfortable zone again.
Sure.
Work it out.
And
Work
it's
it out.
so amazing, like, how easy you can get over a beef. It's crazy. Sometimes you, like, regret it, and then all of a sudden you're like, wow, that was freaking easy. Like,
Right.
wow.
There's a lot of confusion. in
Because
the-
life is a slow crawl, but then all of a sudden it's boom.
oh,
slam.
absolutely. You're
You know,
talking.
so
you know, here
can't
I
just
am,
take it for
48
granted.
years old, but look at Darryl. He
I
just
know.
turned 70.
I know.
You don't have to talk about that.
Okay,
I'm trying to forget that.
but you know, you're absolutely right. It's tough. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for your loss.
But hey,
There was rumors going around in the Facebook Live room, because Ryan was in there saying, and then someone must have thought he lost his dad. So then there's a rumor going around that Ed Gorman is gone.
oh, he's dead too.
Oh, okay.
You didn't know that?
No, they died on this.
They're in a cult. They drink the Kool-Aid.
Oh my God,
Kool-Aid, yike.
Oh, that's tough though. It really is.
It is. I mean, it is tough. You know, I really don't know what to do.
No,
I don't
that's
know
the
how
thing.
to handle this.
You know, here's the thing.
It's
No, I think
devastating.
sometimes when you lose a family member, and especially when you're younger and you've never gone through it, and you're not sure how to feel at first or how to act, and you might think, hey, you know, is there something wrong with me? But you just have to deal with it the way you deal with things.
Emotionally, it's tough.
I think it just creeps up on you, and then when it organically happens, it happens. And I'm noticing certain people not even existing, like pretending it didn't even happen. And I feel like it's just gonna slam you in the face even harder at that point. But hey, if you're not ready yet, then you're not ready yet.
All right, Don T. Tibbet says, sending love from Orlando to Mike Gonzales.
Yahoo.
And he also throws in...
Yahoo.
And then he also throws in, it's 82 on the golf course.
Yeah. Throw a dick.
Let's do that again. Yahoo.
Thanks, T.
Right. He's celebrating.
Yeah.
He's celebrating.
Yeah. I hope you get the next birdie in there.
Right. Do you really?
Yeah, I do. Actually, I do.
No, that's that.
Because I tell you what, Pete, like, you always, you know, you lose a close one, man.
I'm telling
and
you,
you're like,
last-
well, from now on, I'm really going to go doing this, and that.
Right.
But it's really true. And then when it happens, you're like, oh, shoot.
The last.
I could die. You know, you don't want to die. So you
Right.
fix your.
Well, I mean, as you get older, too, you always hear of friends of friends that, like, you know, have an aneurysm or something, and then, boom, bye-bye, you know,
Yeah.
gone. And it's sad. That can happen to anybody.
It's quick.
Right. Or in his case, he got hit by a train at 100 miles an hour.
Now, hold on a second here.
No.
Okay. All right.
I have no idea.
No, there's no, and you know,
No, I don't know.
I like to joke around
I
on
got
the
the
show.
call,
I
and-
like to joke around on the show, but you can't joke around about your dad's death.
I can. You
well,
can't.
you can. I can't.
He
I'm
can.
the one that can.
Okay.
The only one that can.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
And I get such a dry sense of humor. You just don't know what's really happening.
Right.
But I did get food. I heard you guys are hungry.
No way.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
I got
geez.
coffee rolls for everyone.
Oh,
Where,
jeez.
where do they? Really?
A market basket.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I shoved them right in there.
How many did you shove in there?
I got 4 in the bag.
And do you tell them at the register I only have 3?
No, I didn't. I'm not going to lie anymore about things, except for my dad getting hit by a train.
Right. But
No,
not a
he
train.
died in his sleep, which gives me some solace. And, like, you
Right.
know.
What are you doing, Mike? You need help?
Are we allowed to eat in here?
Yes,
Yes.
pass them around.
Hold on.
My dad died.
Right.
I could do whatever I want.
All right.
I'm not working today, so.
I got to go take care of that.
Okay.
Darryl.
We doing the taps now, or?
Okay. You guys are going to have to get up for a second.
Okay.
And we got Mike Lopez here from the American Legion.
All right.
Can you do that? Mike, can you go let them in? And let
But-
them. Hey, they're going to sit here.
But yeah, just take advantage. Don't bridge those gaps and mend your relationships.
Absolutely.
All right,
And
perfect.
I'll be back at 8.
No, yeah, you come back. These guys are going to be here for a little bit. I would like to. It's going to be wonderful. You guys come right here. Can you set him up on the? Can you set these guys up in the couch and the chair? Mike, could you do that for me? We're going to take a quick little break, and we will be right back in just a minute.
You are listening to WMNHLP, broadcasting at 95.3 megahertz frequency modulation. Our studios are located at 1045 Elm Street and licensed to Manchester Public Television Service. Contact us by email at WMNH953@gmail.com.
Good morning, Manchester. Here's Peter White. This is Manchester's WMNH 95.3 FM.
All right, we are back here on this Thirsty Thursday. The morning show continues. Oh, Darryl, thank you. All right. All right, and very excited. We have Mike Lopez here, former alderman here in Manchester, and a very important person in our community. Mike, good morning to you.
Good morning.
How are you? I haven't seen you in a while.
Oh, well, I've been hanging around.
Yeah, you've been hanging around over at Sweeney?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. Okay, why don't you introduce who you brought in here today?
Dave Meany, former department adjutant and great guy who knows a lot about the American Legion. And Bill Roy, who's one of our officers for the National Executive Committee.
Okay. Okay. And what's going on with you guys?
Well, this year we're celebrating 100 years of the American Legion.
Oh boy. Okay. Wow.
And it's very appropriate that we celebrate it in Manchester because that's where the American Legion was born for New Hampshire.
A lot of people don't know that.
Absolutely. Now, if you go to the Doubletree Hotel, you'll see in the armory there. That's where we used to be in 1919. There'll be a big 24 by 36 plaque there explaining the 47 veterans that started the American Legion, and they elected officers to go to national convention that year.
Okay.
Quite a history.
Yeah, that is a history. 100 years.
100 years.
Now, how long has Sweeney been over there?
Sweeney also is 100 years old.
Okay.
There was 63 posts in 1919 that were 100 years old, and now there's 42 of that one that year left. So it's 42 American Legions are celebrating in New Hampshire their 100th year. The American Legion was born in 1919 nationally and New Hampshire.
And why start a Legion? Why did they do that 100 years ago?
Well, I really think they got together in Paris to have a caucus for the World War I fighters, and they decided that they had to stick together to make sure that when they got home, they were taking care of the widows, the orphans, the veterans that needed the help. And a lieutenant colonel by the name of Roosevelt, who was Teddy's son, is actually the founder of the American Legion.
Oh, okay. Wow. See, we're getting some education here this morning.
And they basically said that they're going to throw out, there's no rank amongst us. If you're an officer enlisted, we're all the same. We're here to protect our veterans.
Right. Wow. And as far as being 100 years and having you guys, I assume, are having a recognition, is it a celebration?
Yes, quite a bit of a celebration being our 100th year, and at the center of New Hampshire, we're pulling out all the stops. Governor will be attending. A congressional delegation. We're gonna have a banquet. This will be second to none.
Well, we all like that. Now, when will that be?
The 20th to the 23rd of June.
Oh, okay.
One of the things on the banquet, which is the big night, the 22nd, this is invitation to anybody that wants to get a ticket.
Okay.
We have the Groover Alliance band, 8-piece band that be playing after the ceremony. And so if you want a ticket, just give me a call. And we'll take
You're a pretty easy guy to find, Mike.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So today, you guys all being veterans, today is a very special day. It's the 75th anniversary of D-Day. How are you guys taking all that in?
I was very impressed with what I saw on the TV this morning from Normandy.
Yeah.
The French president, and our own president, and the recognition that they gave to the American soldiers who landed on Omaha Beach was incredible.
Right. Yeah. I mean, 75 years. You can't. And we were talking earlier about D-Day and how it just basically changed the history. And I'm not a veteran, but I can't imagine it, even if you are weren't around at that time or whatever. I mean, you think back and you can't even imagine, because I was trying to get to my point across earlier, saying I grew up in the 1980s. Things, as far as military goes, was pretty quiet after the Vietnam War, other than having a few problems here and there around the world. So even when I graduated high school, I didn't join the military, but I thought about it at the time, but it wasn't a scary thing for us because we didn't know, and because of the veterans that came before us, World War II, Korean War, all that is why I probably had an easy time in the 1980s and not having to worry about being drafted or going to war, And I don't know. It's a somber day.
Well, I think a lot of people should remember that. I think you do, and just by speaking about the 1980s, but all those protesters out there and all those people that demonstrate in front of Washington and march, they ought to thank the veterans of World War II and World War I that gave them that freedom to do so.
Exactly. So, so what else is going on over at the Legions?
A little bit on June 6th. I actually have two uncles that were involved on that D-Day landing, and one of them still alive.
Oh, really?
And he lives right here in South Manchester. His name is Fern Silva. One of them, he's been passed for a few years, and while they were having the invasion, he was on a destroyer. And one of the things he remembers very distinctly is that the American troops were getting really pounded on the beach. So his captain of his destroyer made the decision to actually ground the ship, turn it broadside. One of the things he remembers is they were getting slaughtered on the beaches, and up in the steeple is where the machine gun was. So they took all the guns, and he still can remember coming down on the steeple all the way till they got to where the gunners were. All of it stopped, and the troops advanced. He never forgot that. But the funny thing is, his son, my cousin, he says he met a guy, but maybe about 15 years ago, and he was talking with the gentleman. He says, "Yeah, I was on D-Day." "Oh, so was my father," and he was one of the soldiers they were attacking. He says, "One thing I remember is we were pinned down on the beach, and this destroyer came as close as you could imagine, leveled their guns, and wiped out the steeple." And he says, "That was my father that was on that ship."
Oh, wow.
Now the other one, he's still alive. He lives here, and he not only was he on D-Day, but he was on the Merman's convoys, which were very deadly in the German wolf packs. He remembers one time 15 ships going down in 13 minutes to a German wolf pack, and he was on one of the ships in that convoy.
Wow.
Not only did he do that, all right, he also went to the Pacific Theater of War. But let's go back to my other uncle that they leveled guns and knocked out that steeple. Shortly after that, he had his orders to go. The war had ended May 8th, and he was going to go to the Pacific. He was sick. He was in the hospital in England. Well, guess what? His ship got torpedoed. All hands lost.
Oh, wow.
So he did end up in the Pacific Theater. There's a lot of stories there too.
I'd like to talk before we get to Sweeney Post. I know you want to get to Sweeney Post.
Oh, well, yeah, okay.
But I want to talk a little bit about the American Legion, and my comrades will jump in.
Yeah, please. Please do, Mike.
This being 100 years, we're also looking for people to join the American Legion, especially from the Gulf War, Afghanistan. These guys got to take over, and ladies got to take over. There's a lot of women in the state of New Hampshire that are eligible for the American Legion, and want to talk just about the American Legion is not that smoke-free place that people go and just drink. That's not it.
Right.
We want to talk about some of the programs the American Legion does, and Bill, I want him to talk a little bit about Boy State coming up here. We could use another 20, and we'll pay for them. Bill, why don't you hit that?
Yeah, Boy State is a 1-week program in regard to government, based loosely on the New Hampshire state government, and it's being held at St. Anselm's this year. The cost is $335 a boy, but we bear the whole cost. It's an intensive program. You will have speakers like Mayor Gatsas, the governor will take the boys up to a tour of the State House. It'll be based on community government and the state government, and you will have 2 representatives that will go to Boys Nation. I'll yield my time to Dave.
Yeah, Boys Nation is a similar program to Boys State. Boys Nation is held in Washington, D.C. The state of New Hampshire will pick 2 boys to send down there, and they will go through the process of a federal government.
Okay.
It's basically a 2-week civics course.
One junior.
1 week, I'm sorry.
And one more thing, it is brutal. It is a boot camp. You're up there from 6:30 in the morning to midnight. They really do a lot in that
Wow.
week.
Wow.
And anybody's welcome to come over during that week from June 23rd to the 25th. Please come over to St. Anselm and watch what we're doing.
And you got to be a junior in order to go to Boys State.
Oh, okay.
Junior going into the senior year.
And going in the senior year or so. But we still have an opportunity to get some boys in there, even though we're getting very close. So, but any the other programs?
Yeah, right along with Boys State, our auxiliary runs a program called Girls State, and it's the same process.
Oh, okay.
They're held at, they moved this year.
Franklin Pierce
College this year. And they do the same thing.
Oh,
and
okay.
They end up sending 2 down to Washington to a girls' nation.
Yeah, and in Legion baseball around the city is no joke either.
No.
Right?
Jumbo Riley in this city, great guy.
Oh, he's an icon. Jumbo Riley.
Jumbo Riley over 30-some years.
Absolutely.
And Sweeney Post is now taken over by athletic director from George Smith. Everybody remembers George Smith in the city of Manchester. And now Brian LaValle is the director of the baseball team in Manchester. So we're doing good, but we don't have Post 79 lost their baseball.
I wasn't aware. Oh,
and
well.
Jutras. So Sweeney is the only American Legion baseball left in the city.
Now, for Legions in the city, are those the only 3 now?
Yeah, we have 3 American Legions in the city.
Okay.
So.
Okay, and it's a friendly rivalry, right?
Absolutely.
You're right.
Absolutely.
Very good.
That's why we're at number 2.
Okay. So yeah. I mean, I've been over here to the Post 79. I don't think I've ever been to Jutras, but I have been to Sweeney many times, many Thanksgivings.
Yeah, it's a big day.
Well, for a while there, we did the past couple of years. We would do our show live on Thanksgiving morning. Because you guys kick off, kick off a Christmas tree fundraiser.
Right, with Christmas tree fundraiser, the Sons of the American Legion. And that's another program. If you're not eligible to belong to be a Legionnaire, you could be a Sons of the American Legion. We have over 300 Sons in Sweeney Post, and we have we call the Sons of the American Legion throughout the Department of New Hampshire. And quite a few posts have Sons of the American Legion program. It's a program of the American Legion.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people know that either. If you're not a veteran, but your dad was, you have that is fantastic.
You become eligible, right?
You can be a son or a grandson of an honorably discharged veteran, even grandsons.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
Wow. See, my grandfather, World War II.
Yes, you would qualify.
My dad, World War II.
Let me see your membership.
Yeah, sign them
You
up.
know what, Mike? you know what's funny though? I remember way back when you were an alderman, and I say this every time I see you, and it I can't tell you enough. Thank you for kind of spearheading the World War II memorial over there in Veterans Park, because I know that it took a lot to get that going, and it's a beautiful, beautiful memorial. I remember. My grandmother was no longer with us, but I remember, going up to her house because my grandfather had passed away a few years before, and I said, "Hey, they're putting the World War II memorial. I need his military records. And I sent him in to you, and then before you know it, his name's on that thing, and I want to thank you for that."
Thank you very much. It's a great program. Glad to do it. Another thing on scholarships, we have scholarships throughout the American Legion, thousands of dollars. I think the highest one in national bill is how much?
$18,000.
$18,000.
Well, that helps.
A lot of people, all they got to do is talk to their guidance counselors in schools, or talk to any American Legion person can direct you to the right person to put you in touch with the people that that really can do something. There's a lot of programs in the American Legion that we do for boys and girls. So
just a big part of the community, really.
absolutely, that's what we build our pride up, giving back to the community. We serve our community, state, and nation.
How do you become eligible for the
My expert here, he's the administrative officer. He knows.
Eligible for the Legion?
No, the scholarship.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Online, legion.org or NewHampshireLegion.org.
Oh, okay.
All the applications are there. Everything's and you can contact a local post, and they'll provide you an application or resources to do that.
Good.
Yeah, last year we gave a little over $80,000 in scholarships throughout the state. 'Cause
Outstanding.
most of the posts run their own individual scholarships.
Right. Oh, that's beautiful.
All right. Well, is there anything else you need to get out there, Mike? I know.
well, I do want to promote the activities of the 20th to the 23rd, which is our American Legion convention at the same time here at the DoubleTree Hotel. It's our 100th anniversary of the American Legion, and also the 101st convention of the American Legion. We had in 1919, believe it or not, there was a first convention. So it's 101 years for a convention, but 100 years of the American Legion.
Wow, it's something to be proud of.
Oh, absolutely.
It really, really is.
And, if any of the business people, anybody can do, if we got no marquees out there, we'd be more than happy to put a little congratulations to the American Legion, 100 years. Or if a business wanted to decorate his window and congratulate the Legionnaires or welcome Legionnaires, something during that period of time, because a lot of people have given a lifetime. The living people are just carrying on the tradition of Frank Knox, for an example, who was the first state commander from Manchester. He was the first state department commander in New Hampshire. Divine Middlemet, Morris Divine, who was a great person, great American Legion person. Back in those days, we had a lot of people that stepped forward
I'm sure.
and made the American Legion. We can't forget those people.
Now, as far as new members go, are you guys constantly getting new people?
Yes, Sweeney Post has 1,115 members, and we're growing. And again, just log on to SweeneyPost.org, or if you're from another part of the state, NHLegion.org or Legion.org. And Dave, he's from our post in Plastow, and just says those links: Legion.org, NHLegion.org, and SweeneyPost.org.
If I won the state championship in 1996 for Post 79, can I still be a member?
No.
You might remember me. I went 3-4 that game. Do you remember the state championship team from Post 79 in 1996?
I can't remember what I had for supper 3 nights ago.
Right.
Well, I went 3-4, and we won the state championship.
What's your name?
Mike Gonzales.
Oh, yeah, I do recognize that name.
Yeah, I
You
figured
look a
that.
little different, though.
Yeah, I'm 20 years later.
Yeah, 20 years later.
So if I win a state championship, am I eligible to still be a member?
Again, is your father or grandfather a veteran?
Yes, but besides the point, I just wanted you to say yes.
Yes.
Baseball.
Oh, okay. You're baiting me.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, I don't know if you want to stick around. I have Australian hip hop rap star calling in at 8 o'clock. But Mike, I want to thank you so much. I want to thank all three of you for your service. And Mike, you're welcome to come in anytime.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you guys so much. And again, thank you for your service. Very good. All right, here we go. All right, everybody. Well, listen, we're going to have Australian rap star Mugzy in just a few minutes. We'll be right back.
I can't sleep. Am I always wrong? Why ain't the industry playing my song? I can't sleep. Will I get somewhere? I feel like I'm going round circles, going nowhere. I can't sleep. Is there a future for me in this rap game that I can't see? I can't sleep. my all. I lie in the darkness and start to think, is there a brighter future or will it all sink? As it's going nowhere, I start to get weak, gasp for air as I can't breathe. I try and think for the best opportunity, still can't rest on this downside. What it's done to me, the time on my clock is going faster. I seep into anger and I start to get madder. Tick, tick, the clock goes, while my eyes bloodshot and my madness grows. Nobody knows what the future holds, but after this verse I know why. I can't sleep, am I always wrong? Why ain't the industry playing my song? I can't sleep, will I
You're
get
listening to Peter White. Call us at 250-6007. It's the morning show.
Wake up, Manchester.
All right, we are back here this morning. The morning show continues. We'll do that in a second. A lot going on here this morning.
Yeah,
I want
it
to
was
thank
great
Mike
seeing those
Lopez and the American Legion guys. Fantastic. All right. Did you hear that Mugzy song, Darryl?
Oh, yeah.
Not too bad. It's
Not bad at all.
Right. Music's great. Music's great. Let's get Mugzy on the phone. Mugzy, good morning.
Yeah, man, I'm going good. Yourself?
Very good.
Oh,
now,
you sound great.
You sound great. All the way. 14 hours in the future, right, Mugzy?
Yeah, about 14, 15 hours. It's 10 o'clock at night over here. So I'm in the future at the moment, man.
Yes, you are.
Wow. Hey, listen, I got to ask you, how did you find us?
Man, honestly, I'm a part of a lot of radio groups and stuff on Facebook, and I just came across you guys, hit you up, and just decided if you guys want to do an interview to get me a bit more of exposure and stuff, you know?
Yeah. Now we're gonna start right from the beginning. Okay, so you're a hip hop artist. You're in Australia now. You actually have quite a name for yourself, correct?
Yeah, man. I've been doing hip hop music since I was 14, man, and I'm 28. So, I mean, just come on the show, tell a bit about my journey and how I've escalated from here and getting radio stations in the States and stuff, man.
Well, let me ask. Did you know? Now, are you a native Australian?
Yeah, man. I've been born and raised here since day one. Haven't moved. Just been, number one Australian, man.
Yeah, no kidding. So how did it all start for you, like as a kid in your interest in music?
Man, honestly, when I was 14, just an adolescence, teenager, man, I fell into the trap of, just bad groups and, mental health with depression, anxiety, and just running around with the wrong crowds, wilding out and stuff, man. And
sure.
And hip hop was just really an art form at the time. It was very therapeutic at the time, man. To I guess express whatever I was feeling and stuff instead of just dosing up with a pill or seeing a therapist, man. I felt that having an art form behind that was a great tool to, I guess, benefit in whatever I was going through at the time. But around that sort of era of the early thousands, man, I just remember, guys like, Eminem and Nas and just like this culture of hip hop, which was so expressive and so, whatever pain or whatever they wanted to express to the world, they just used it in this art form of quote unquote hip hop, man. And I was so attracted to that at a young age that I was like, why don't I give it a shot? And it started with like really dropping down small rhymes at first, like in my workbook and that. But I had the epiphany that, if it was only for rhyming's sake and I didn't have material behind me, then I really wouldn't be taken as a true artist. I'd just be like a notebook rapper in a sense, man. So from an early age, I knew you had to make material, demos, and really, try and get on gigs and get yourself out there. And from 14 till now, man, it's been, one hell of a journey,
Well, I'll tell you what, you have a brand new fan because you and I have been speaking to each other. I went through some of your library, and I'm going to tell you, it is It is great. The music in it is great. It's layered and very well produced, and your rhymes, they flow. I'm a fan of hip hop. I'm a little older than you. I started out way back in the '80s with Run DMC, Beastie Boys, and those guys. And I've always been a fan of hip hop. I have, just like any generational thing, I sometimes have a hard time with some of the newer stuff that is coming out. But I actually listened to this and I really enjoyed it, man.
Oh man, honestly, that makes two of us. It's funny because I'm 28 and I feel like I feel like I've got a much older mindset where it's like I wish it was back in the 90s. I wish it was back in the early thousands because, man, I mean, like whatever new generation comes with music, in my opinion I feel that I was brought up with so many greats like Wu-Tang Clan, Nas, Tupac, Biggie, even the 80s, man, like Rakim and stuff. And
oh, yeah.
I was spoon-fed so much greatness and lyrics and talents and storytellers, poets and stuff that when I hear like a 16-year-old just saying Gucci Gang for like 4 minutes straight and it's gone viral and it's a hit, I can't fathom my mind to, like my process to say I accept this or I love this song because it's so dumbed down that it's like I'd rather go back to like Illmatic or Tupac or something which has some meaning compared to if I want a party song, man, like I'll just
right.
just put on some like Heavy D or Will Smith or something, man.
Well, now let me ask you this though, like okay, so from a kid who just likes some hip hop music to get it to get the focus to get in the studio and to lay it down to make it sound right. I mean that takes a lot of concentration and a lot of focus. How do you do that?
Well, honestly, it was from my influences. So, when I first really started dabbling with rhyming and that, I was mimicking exactly how Eminem used to write, like, the very psychotic and mental, like, lyricists of his Slim Shady and Marshall Mathers style. And as I was learning more about the culture of hip-hop, like where it came from, how it's become so universal, I would see guys like, KRS-One or, like Rakim and Grandmaster Caz and these like pioneer guys that would preach, you can have your influences, but, if you're really mimicking, like your idols and your influences and you don't find your true calling card or your true message in this house of hip hop, then you're not going to be taken serious as an artist. You'll be, kind of corny in a sense. So, I had like Eminem as an influence, but then I thought, why don't I write about, structuring like, my depression or structuring like, what, storytelling of what gets me down in my daily life or how I can overcome that. And maybe it will, teach the next person or hopefully helps the next person that's listening to it. So it was really from the, my influences and pioneers and stuff that, just learning about what this culture is all about,
Yeah, it's really something. I was very, very impressed. And then yesterday I'm thinking, well, how did this guy find us? Maybe he thinks we're from Manchester, England or something. And so that's why I wanted to clear that up yesterday. But I find it very fascinating. I really did. How many records do you have out?
At the moment, I've got 2. I'm working on a third at the moment, and Sydney Film, 2 projects this year, so a third album, and Sydney Film School, that's here in New South Wales. They came up to where I lived, and they did sort of a day in the life documentary about my career, so they're kind of working on getting that done. And
cool.
Yeah, I'm pretty stoked about that as well, because I never thought I'd get a film crew doing a documentary on me. I'm just an easygoing guy, man.
Yeah, you sound very easygoing.
This is awesome. That's a great opportunity for you.
Mugzy, this is Gonzo here. I got a question. Besides Eminem and rap, do you have any other influences, like an R&B influence or anything like that?
Anything that's not hip hop?
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Like my other ones that I love, the Rolling Stones. I love Michael Jackson. I think they're my number. Like, if you see me walking around my iPod, my 3 ones that I'll probably listen to is either Rakim.
I feel like that's pretty important. Would you agree? Like, all aspects of music?
Yeah, well, it makes a better artist, man. To,
Yeah.
you know, if you have
absolutely.
different elements. But yeah, if I'm walking around, man, my number threes that I go to is Rakim, the Rolling Stones, or Michael Jackson. That's what I constantly have on loop, man. So
That's cool.
yeah, I'm just amazed of how long the Stones have gone for, man. They're almost hitting 80, and they're still rocking out, and that's
Oh,
what I
yeah.
just love to see.
They've been
you know?
doing it for
It's a-
60 years, I think.
Now, are you a real Yankees fan? I see on your website you're rocking that Yankees hat. Do you just wear that because, or are you an actual fan?
It's funny, man. Like, I've never been much of a Yankees. The reason I love New York so much is, quote unquote, with the hip hop culture. Like, it's just, I've always wanted to see it, and just like, my family went there back in 2016, and they said if you go there, you probably won't want to come back to Australia. You probably need therapy when you come back. Because
Entirely
it's just-
possible.
yeah. So it's like, no, I just wear it because I've just, I love New York and stuff, man. That's the birthplace of where it was,
Well, I've been listening to some because you're on Spotify. If anyone out there within our listening range wants to check out Mugzy, you can go to Spotify, and that's Mugzy with a Z, just not to confuse everybody. Now, I dug the song "Payday."
Yeah, okay.
I mean, I was digging it, and it has it has. Now, what is that beat that's sampled in the back? Ice Cube did it also with "A Good Day," but what actual is that sample?
Man, honestly, like what we do is me and my producer, Pablo, when we take, like we never want to copyright stuff, but what we do is we sort of take like an idea from an artist, and where if like it's like a core of the beat or a tone of the beat,
You kind of make it your own. It's almost making your own sample.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. We sort of flip it in a sense of sort of like tweaking it in an Australian kind of, I guess you can say, vibe, man. Which sounds like similar, but not ideally the same.
No, I agree. Me being a fan, I told you of the Beastie Boys, their last record, Hot Sauce Committee Part 2. I just read the Beastie Boys book. I don't know if it's come out in Australia, but Adam Horvitz and Mike D, they wrote a book and talks all about the history of the Beastie Boys and their stories, and it's amazing. Their last album, Hot Sauce Committee Part 2, they made all their samples, but in the book they wrote, no one noticed. You know what I mean? And it's pretty interesting.
That's funny.
Well, that's the crazy thing, man. Like, I mean, P. Diddy and Biggie and stuff was big. Like, he was the most known artist to sample different jazz songs and different blues songs and turn them into whatever Biggie's records were. He was like known for the sampling guy. Yeah. So, I mean, it's very hard to. You need inspiration to find your own sound and your own taste. So I mean, like, you can't, like, I've tried it where you sit in the studio and you're like, all right, I'm not gonna get no samples or nothing, like start scratch, and it's literally hard, man. It's like almost impossible to like not get an inspiration or an influence, like, and just start dry.
Sure.
You need that, like, that little spark in a sense of that's already been out there to spark your own.
Now let me ask you. Now, when you get in the studio, now do you have a team? Like, do you have? I mean, is it just you go in there with your ideas, or do you have anyone helping you out as far as music and all that?
Yeah. So my first ever demo that I did was in sort of a big professional studio, because it was my first time learning about it and like learning the structure. And then I realized that it was only roughly 3 or 4 tracks, but I realized that a professional studio is a business. It's sort of get you in, get you out. And when I did my album Understand Me, my producer now, Pablo, he found me I was just doing a youth community gig for like a benefit of mental health, and he said, I've heard some of your stuff, I've got a home studio, you want to jump in and rip on the mic and stuff.
Nice.
And then I sort of jumped in his home studio, but the bond that we had of different music we were into and that sort of friendship that we we built along the way, I realized that it's more better to have a friendship than a service in a sense, because you'll make better craft. And it's like, you know, like the quality was more better compared to just an in and out job.
Oh,
so
sure.
all I have is him, man. And you know, he raps too, but he's more the producer side. And he was like a wizard, man. Like, you look at the lyrics on my page, and you know, he would just like go bar for bar, and then he goes, okay, I know what this sounds like. This sounds like this, you know, a more melody tone, or this sounds like a high beat kind of track. And I was like, dude, I didn't even have to open my mouth, man. Like, he just knew straight away.
That is awesome. That is great. Wow. Listen, this is really something. When we let you go in a few minutes, I am gonna play your song "Dreams." I dug that one. I listened to that one last night. What's the meaning behind that?
Yeah, with Eden Hook. So Eden Hook is the singer on it, and around the time we were sort of midway through my album, Understand Me, Pablo was like, do you sing? Because some of your tracks, like from the lyrics of these, feel like they would be more suited for like a singer on the hooks and stuff instead of just rapping over them. I was like, man, like, you know, the only singing I do is in the car or in the shower, you know?
Yeah, sure, sure.
As many of us, yes.
Yeah, so, but professionally, no. So he was like, you know, I know a girl called Eden Hook, you know, if we get her in, she can do like a demo run, and if you like her, yes. If not, then we'll get another one. And she came in, sort of did like a rough demo, and straight away I loved her. And she's on Dreams, Rain, and there was one more. I can't remember the other song, but I think she's on 3 or 4 tracks of mine. And yeah, the song Dreams is basically about like people who just have dreams in life, man. Like, whether you want to be be a rapper, or just something in life you want to set yourself.
Mugzy, I think it's refreshing that you're talking about mental illness instead of, you know, twerking and popping bottles, and it's a good message. You're
But
getting
it
out
sounds
there.
like
Absolutely.
It sounds like Mugzy here. You know, you kind of use this craft that you have as a bit of therapy to
it's a good platform, yeah,
right, to get out of your own head.
And
you
good
know?
for you, good for you.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it, guys. Yeah,
You know what?
and like that.
We're you got some new fans here, that's for sure.
Most definitely.
And we're only you know 45 minutes away from Boston, so we're gonna you know. But why don't you tell the audience where they can hear Mugzy? You got Spotify, you have a Facebook page.
Yeah, so my number one platform that I use, which you know, saves you searching everything individually. My number one platform is Mugzy on Facebook. So if you just type in MUGZY, but to us over here it's MUGZY. I never understood the Z on the Z.
Yeah,
but, yeah,
the yin and the yang.
Exactly. So yeah, MUGZY. Everything's on there. You know, my YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. It's all attached into the one, and it keeps you up to update with interviews like this and my album that's coming out soon. So check it out, Mugzy on Facebook.
That is great. I want to thank
awesome.
you for contacting me, and I'm glad. I feel like I have a new friend, Mugzy.
With a Z.
100%, man. Yeah,
Absolutely.
100%. Like, if you ever come to Australia, man, you know, I'll try and, you know, shout you a Forbes or something, man.
All right, all right, all right. I will definitely look you up. Hey, Mugzy said I could talk to him, and on your security, I can't get through your security.
Hey, Mugzy, all the best to you, mate. Have a great day, mate.
Oh, I appreciate it, man. Even though it's nighttime, man, but you guys have a good day.
All
Have a
right,
good night.
all right. Thank you, Mugzy.
Thanks,
Keep in
Mugzy.
touch.
Later, man. Take it easy.
All right, that is Mugzy, hip hop star from Australia, trying to make it in the States here.
Oh, that was awesome.
That was pretty good, right, guys? Like I said, I didn't know. Like, he contacted us.
He came across great.
He's going to do what?
About 5 more interviews today.
Well, that's fine.
You know what, though? Good for him. He's a go-getter. What is it? Midnight in Australia?
10. Pretty close.
Right.
Pretty close.
He should tell me if the Bruins win.
All right, we'll be back. Listen, here's Dreams by Mugzy.
Doesn't work that way.
Go for your dreams, don't let anything come in between. If this is something you wanna do, push everything to make it come true. Rise from top. Send your message when you're ready to drop. If someone tells you anything different, just push them away. You're truly gifted.
Put everything on the line.
Your dreams, yo.
Put everything on the line.
Our dreams, come on.
Put anything on the line.
Your destiny.
Put everything on the line.
Our destiny. Struggle and strive. Keep that dream alive. Don't let it go, cause it will truly die. If you wanna be something, don't do nothing. Time goes faster and it ain't a bluffing. Your heart and soul, then go for that goal. Watch your future in front of you unfold. See, I told you all, now to follow your dreams. It's not easy as it seems. So much dedication, don't sit there waiting. It's not gonna come to you from being lazy. It's time and effort, don't be shady. Or if so, then this isn't the stage to see. Move on to something different, move on to something new. Don't walk without group, don't walk in our shoes. But if you wanna work hard and be true, I've got your back, cause I'm proud of you. Come on.
Put everything on the line.
Your dreams, yo.
Put everything on the line.
Our dreams, come on.
Put anything on the line.
Your destiny.
Put everything on the line.
Our destiny.
Put everything on the line.
Your dreams, yo.
Put everything on the line.
Our dreams, come on.
Put anything on the line.
Your destiny.
Put everything on the line.
Our destiny.
You're listening to Peter White. Call us at 250-6007. It's the morning show.
Good morning, Manchester. Here's Peter White.
All right, Thirsty Thursday, everyone. We are back here. What a morning it's been.
Oof. Non-stop. Crazy.
Yeah.
I
You
love
had
it.
the American Legion here. You had Australian hip-hop star Mugzy. And now we're just back down to earth with us.
Was that Saving Private Ryan? That was D-Day, right? Correct?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
it was the...
Holy
It
crap.
was on. It was on yesterday.
That
too.
was nuts.
Oh man.
Yeah, it was.
Either yesterday or the day before. But
Pew, 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 pew.
It's a tough watch.
my
It
God.
really, especially the beginning, extremely
yeah.
tough watch.
Absolutely.
I mean, they portrayed it as realistic as you could possibly portray it.
Yeah, I can't
It
believe
was
Tom
awful.
Hanks survived that plane crash and then fought in the
Right.
war in the same.
Come on now.
Oh, never mind.
Come on.
And then he
All
got
right.
a mail.
So, let me ask you, Darryl. You know,
Yeah.
we were just talking to Mugzy. What do you? Now, just because you're a different generation, not a real hip hop star. You're not. I mean, you're not a real hip hop guy. You don't sit there and listen to Run DMC while you're going down the road.
No, but I do. I appreciate what they bring.
Right.
I always like Tupac.
Yeah.
Eminem. And, you know, and I appreciate it because I think probably because I'm a musician and I've been involved with music my entire life from birth.
Right.
And I've seen the swing generation, which was the 30s, 40s, and 50s, rock and roll. You know, all the genres. I've been able to grasp them and enjoy them.
Yeah.
You know? I mean,
I turned you on to some Beastie Boys.
Absolutely.
You're like, who's
yeah.
this? And I'm like, and it would be an instrumental.
Yeah.
Can you
From
picture Darryl at a red light bumping Tupac?
Well,
Probably not.
you know, I don't know. Maybe.
But I respect what he put forth.
You like
know?
poet.
Did you
like
ever
art.
see?
Most
I want
definitely.
to tell you, if you ever flip in the channels and you run into the movie All Eyes on Me, it's. Have you ever seen it?
I tried watching it. It was a tough watch for me.
Oh, really?
For whatever reason. You know, I think, you know what, I was perhaps confused. I thought it might have been some kind of autobiography type thing.
It kind of was.
Well-
It's about the career, really, and it's about Tupac, yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Would you say that was a biography?
I liked
Yeah, it
it.
would
I
be a
mean, it only
biography.
got about 15% on Rotten Tomatoes,
Oh,
which
really?
I've learned to ignore now because I used to get biased by that and like sway me. But no, just watch it and make your own opinions.
Yeah, I started watching it, and honestly, I've seen a lot of interviews with Tupac, and I like those. I like when he's talking, before his passing.
And he had a good message too. He really-
Absolutely.
I mean, not always, but
Yeah, he didn't care about
not when he
that.
joined Death Row at first.
No,
but,
Right.
no.
but he did. It was like, yo, this ain't right. Like, he was a pioneer in the Black Rights Movement.
No, definitely.
Nah.
That's why I appreciate all of it.
Yeah.
Brooklyn Mike says he remembers hearing Mugzy interviewed by Matt Connerton a few months ago.
Really?
So I guess we're not the first.
Apparently not.
Oh.
We're gonna have to talk to Matt about that.
Yeah.
Well, we don't have to talk to him about it. It's fine.
That's great.
It's like Brooklyn Mike's throwing it in my face, though. Thanks, Brooklyn Mike. So anyway, Sergio Mendez is coming to Concord. You a fan, Gonzo?
He's a comedian, right?
Maybe we should go. I would love to see
No.
Sergio
He's
Mendez.
not a comedian?
No.
Oh, then I don't know who the hell he is.
I would love to go see Sergio Mendez.
Well, you better.
If anyone has tickets or anything, just let me know because it's one of my favorites.
So he's not a comedian.
No, he's a
musician.
He's a musician.
Okay.
I got tickets.
Right. You have tickets?
Yes, I do.
What kind of genre is he?
Pretty much bossa nova.
And what's that mean?
That's a Brazilian music.
Like cello?
No.
No, what do you mean? Just okay, you're out of control.
I don't know what bossa nova is, Pete. So.
Well, we have a phone there. You can look it up.
It's pretty much from Brazil. It's
boss.
offbeat, and it's great. Always a big fan.
Right.
And I was always a big fan of Brazil.
So how did
Sergio Mendes?
How did you score tickets to Sergio Mendez? No,
It's
really,
kinda
Darryl, because
strange.
it's one of my favorite artists.
Yeah, right. Out of the blue, Brooklyn Mike gives me we talk. He calls me, and he got tickets. And I'm not really sure how he knew I love those guys because when I first started playing the sax back in the early to mid '60s, those were one of the groups that I latched onto because I love the music, and Stan Getz was always a big part of my growing up musically, and he played a lot of bossa nova, tons of it.
There
And
you
I
have
grow a real affinity. So Mike and I are going to go.
You're going with Brooklyn Mike?
October 19th. Yes.
Wow.
Well, what time are you guys picking me up?
That's cool.
He only got 2 tickets.
Synergy
Oh.
is nice,
Oh, tickets
It's gonna
for
be great.
two. Tickets for two.
Yeah. At the Capitol
Guys,
Center. in
guys' night
Concord.
out.
It's going to be awesome.
Wow.
What a guy. What a guy. Out of the blue. Out of the blue.
Really?
It was awesome.
And you're excited.
Oh, most definitely. That's my music.
Have you ever been to Gauchos?
Yes.
It's awesome.
Well, it's new owners in the past 6 months or whatever, right? Yeah.
Staying on topic here.
Yeah, Gauchos.
You said Brazilian, yeah.
I know, and you said, have you been to Gauchos?
I had an
And
easy E moment.
And I
easy
said,
moment.
and I said, okay.
Have you ever had the bossa nova at Gauchos?
No, I have
It's
not.
amazing.
I have not. The wind is out of my sails because I'm not going to the Sergio Mendez concert.
Sorry.
Say good morning to John Clayton in the Facebook Live room. Stephen Philbrook, good morning. Mark Zedon says we were trying to figure out Jessica Lange before.
That's
what
it?
we were doing. Miriam Banish, good morning.
Damn.
And, of course, our friend Brooklyn Mike, who's going to the Sergio Mendez concert.
Bossa nova.
Oh.
It's a cool word.
Wow, he gets Easy G a nice orange sweatshirt. Well, he brought us a clock here in the studio, the Brooklyn Mike thermometer. That's still sitting up there.
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
And
what's
now,
it say?
Darryl,
You're
84?
lamenting that you don't have any direct.
No, I'm going to tell you, I do. But instead, Brooklyn Mike will come over and fix things.
Right.
That's
It's incredible that he's a fix-it guy.
right. Well, I watched him last time, and I did it myself.
Was it a learning experience?
I don't know. I don't even know.
I
I
can't
really,
fix
really don't.
anything.
Nice to have that kind of talent.
Right.
I can't fix anything.
No. Well, I first my first home was a 3-family, and part of the problem or the decision making at that time was I'm not a handy guy. So if anything broke, I would have to call somebody.
Yeah.
But we made it through. We owned it for a couple of years without too many problems.
Well, that's good.
It was right behind Creamland.
No way.
Yes.
And you get the smell of Creamland?
Sadly, 24/7.
Right, all the time,
All
right?
the
Not 24/7 because it's
Wow.
not open.
No.
Like you guys would look forward to when Creamland closed down.
Most definitely.
Wow.
It was right there. Just walk
That's like
across
living,
the alley. It was
that's
right
like
there.
living next to Burger King. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
come on.
Really.
I was a handyman once, but I needed the money, so.
Right. What
That's a
have
good
you-
reason
now,
to do
You've
it.
actually had some interesting jobs.
Oh, I've had a million jobs. Oh yeah.
You sold furniture for a while.
Yeah, I just started a new job.
Doing what? Father.
Father. Yeah.
Fatherhood.
No, it's an actual route, a 9 to 5, or well, actually, it's a 5 in the morning to 3.
Whoa. 5 in the morning to 3 in the
Yeah,
afternoon?
I'd be there right now if I wasn't grieving. But
So what is it?
So this is going to affect your morning show appearances.
So it's a route. It's like syntax. You take old uniforms, you bring them to the new people, and you try to build accounts and like all that. I'm in the training mode right now.
Okay.
And I'll tell you, it's beating the crap out of me. I'm not in shape.
No.
Right.
It's tough work. I work for
Holy
Crystal Laundry
crap.
and
It's one of those things where people are telling you, hey, you have a kid now. You better get a real job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like my wife.
Right. Right. No,
In me.
It's not. Yeah, right.
I'll tell you what, though, it really is. I mean, if I can get over this hump, then healthy living is the way to go. I mean, I just had a kid. like I
Right.
said.
Right.
Absolutely.
And that kid's going to be
That's a
20
big-
years from now. And
20 years from now. How old
He'll
will
be-
you be
he'll
in
be
20
20
years?
years.
How old will you be in 20 years?
Oh, my God.
You don't want to think about it. You don't want to
Younger
think
than
about
Darryl
it.
is now.
That was not nice.
Well, it's always nice to throw Darryl's age around.
Yeah,
when we start to feel old ourselves,
It's
we
my
just say,
crutch.
hey, that's okay.
If
though.
it works, use it.
No, Brooklyn Mike. It's all right. You don't have to get a third ticket. You don't have to get a third ticket. Because then it gets, I don't want to be the third wheel on you guys' date.
Yeah, easy.
Oh, we should bring Easy G?
No. Whoa.
Oh, boy. All right, phone lines are open, 250-6007, and it is Thursday. What's going on tomorrow? I think Chrissy Cantor will be here from Chill Spa.
It's coming up, yeah.
I think so.
Good.
I'd like to hope so.
Pete, can I ask you an honest question?
You sure can.
Have you ever had a family feud where you kind of didn't bridge the gap and, like, you were happy that you did?
Okay, wait, like an official family
a
feud.
stubbornness type
Yeah,
of thing?
right.
Or, because I feel like that's kind of my mission today is to get people to just
Really? Are you talking about like family members? Any
like,
kind of?
don't prolong it because you never know.
No, I don't think I don't have any.
It's good.
I'm not holding any grudges to anyone close to me.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, Gonzo gave me some great advice, and I'm going to take it.
Right.
I'll leave it at that.
He gave his dad the same advice the day before.
That
Yeah,
wasn't the advice he gave me.
Said, drop dead, Dad. He's
Easy.
like, fine, you win.
You didn't say drop dead dad.
No, I did not.
Now then that would be something that you know that would.
I don't have that kind of power.
Right. Maybe you do and you didn't know it. You're abusing it.
I have actually, by accident, and I'll never do it again. And I swear to God, this really haven't. Someone pissed me off, and I wished death on him, and he died. And I couldn't feel worse about it.
No way.
Number one, I felt very powerful.
You wish
Number one.
You wish death on somebody?
Yeah, I said, I hope you die. And he died.
Right after? Right on the spot?
About 4 months later.
Really?
Yeah, and I got wind
Don't
of
ever
it.
say that about me. It seems like you have these you're like the Grim
lay
Reaper.
off, man. Just
Don't piss me off, man.
You're like the Grim Reaper.
It's
Oh,
crazy.
man.
I'm on a roll right now.
Yeah. I'm going to stay on your good side.
Yeah, I'd recommend that.
Right, I would.
Most
when you're doing it,
definitely.
you look great this morning, by the way.
Fabulous.
I would
Color coordinate and everything.
Right.
I would never do that ever again. I would never wish, like, oh, you get in a car accident. Like, 'cause people do that. It's like, I hope you get what's coming to you.
Right.
You can't do that, man, because the energy out there.
It's all about love, man.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's not. But
No, but you let
it
stuff
would
go.
be-
If something like when you start to say like, "Oh, this guy is doing this, and it's really making me angry," or whatever. This is happening, and it's making me angry. And if it's driving you crazy, you try to let it go, and then
stubbornness. It really is.
I have some stubbornness in me.
Yeah. As I.
It's like I'm not gonna be the first one to throw out the olive branch, but man, I'll tell you what, you feel better when you're the bigger man. You really do.
Always.
And most times than not, that olive branch will be accepted with open arms, too.
Sure.
You
Not
know?
anymore for you though.
Not anymore. You're such a dick. I hope you die.
Whoa.
I'm just kidding.
Said in jest.
Yikes.
Said in jest.
I'm just kidding. You know, my dad had a really weird sense of humor, so like this
He would
is
enjoy
it.
this.
Oh God, he would.
He would enjoy
He's
it.
guiding me right now.
Right.
I'm
I
speaking.
think he's
through
guiding
him.
me too.
Yeah.
I just met him for the first time.
Yeah, he's in you.
He's in me, yes.
He's in
He just
you.
passed through my body. Brooklyn Mike says his condolences. And
Thank
really,
you.
honestly,
No,
all joking
in all
aside.
I'll joke and say I don't really know any other way to deal with this except to
Right.
make jokes. Jesus,
That's
I
all you
don't
can
know
do.
Any other way. But thank you, Brooklyn Mike. I appreciate it, and I know
Right.
you mean that too.
Right.
What's that sound?
Oh, don't worry, Darryl. This is just a national weather alert, but we're gonna continue going for the replay.
That would be my dad's heart monitor.
Right. Yeah, that's the heart. Right.
Jeez.
That is
What
gonna
is
beat-
wrong with me?
What is
He's
wrong with
beating
us?
this to death.
Right.
Oh,
yeah.
That's not good either. That's
You're-
not good either. No.
Right.
You know,
Do or die, man.
I'll tell you what though. It's gonna be at this. There'll be a service at Lambert's sometime this week, and
The junkyard?
yeah, Lambert's Junkyard and
Stop
Hooks it. Yeah. We don't have any money, so.
Right. But Lambert's was a favorite junkyard, a
But
famous junkyard.
Come
Yes,
in.
it is.
We're
Yes,
doing
it is.
open mic comedy night. If you have any jokes about death,
Oh,
come
boy.
on in.
Oh, no jokes of it. Like that's you can't make jokes about. Well, I guess you can.
Wait. What just happened for the last 5 minutes?
I know, but it's.
Hey, Gonzo.
Well, let me ask you this. So this is something that I think you and I have in common, and it happens to me. Okay, so this is a very, very serious time for you.
Oh.
Okay, your dad passed away.
Ian, I just had a kid. Jesus.
And one of the things that you do, and it's just in you, is you will, even though it might not be politically correct or whatever, but you will make light of something or use some kind of humor
To get
as a
through
way,
it.
to get through it, and that's what I do.
You got to.
It works sometimes, but man, I'll tell you, my wife is over it.
Really?
Like if I really screw up and she's pissed off and I keep making jokes, it's like, okay.
All right, it's time to get
enough.
serious, and that just makes you want to keep going because you start rolling them out there.
It's always worked for me, man. I tell you, it's always worked, and it's kind of a crutch. I lean on it, and it's not always the right way to go. It really isn't.
No, I know. I've learned.
And you know, as much as I piss people off, I'm mad at myself even more for doing it sometimes. So
I'm going
it's
to tell you, I don't know how much you piss people off.
Well, when
Since
you
you've been
make-
coming on this show, though, I honestly, I told you this last week that a lot of positive vibes coming in having you on the show.
I try to be transparent and like let you see what's going on because that's what I tune into.
Right.
I don't want you just being some fake voice, you know, like this is real. This is happening to me.
It's definitely
I'm giving
real.
you.
Now, what will you
know?
do? No. You have a whole thing. You know, you have a funeral to go to now, and
Hey,
We're just gonna keep it simple, man. We're just gonna do a quick little wake
backyard.
at Lambert's Junkyard.
Oh, okay.
Can you give us a text? Give Peter a text as to
Yeah.
when it's
So,
happening, please.
Yeah, so after all these fun shenanigans, I actually gotta go face the real world and meet with have the worst meeting ever, you know?
And it typically is. It really sucks. Just to give you a heads
It does
up.
suck. And I asked my wife to bring my baby just so I can get a little bit of positiveness. So
Probably not a bad idea.
Really?
yeah. I mean, it's weird timing, huh? You know, one life in, one life out. It's just
It is. It is
it's
different.
just
It's a
weird
cycle.
how
It's the
this stuff
cycle of
happens.
life.
I lost my stepfather right around 10 years ago,
Mhm.
same age as you lost you. And again, he was a very later on in life we became very good friends and knew each. And it was it's a hard thing.
And I'll tell you what, it's a eye opener too. Like I have this job and I'm like trying to get in shape, but now I really want to keep this job and really want to get in shape because I don't want to miss a thing. And my dad and I had a great father-son relationship, but it turned into a friendship as
Right.
I got into the adult years, and I want that adult friendship with my child. Like I don't want to just send him off to, you know, Manchester Community College and just
Right.
call it a wrap.
Well, by the time you
Call it a wrap.
Well, by the time your child's an adult, you'll be in your 70s or
Right.
60s.
I don't want to just see him off at Valley Street Jail. I want to actually be a part of his life
Right.
afterwards.
You know, honestly, that's why I appreciate the time I spend with my kids. both
you're probably
Samantha and
friends now
Benjamin.
at this point.
Most definitely. I'm on the radio with Ben every week, and
So
it's
cool.
awesome.
Yeah, the
It's
weekly
great.
Dion tonight at 6 o'clock, right
the only
after.
thing, he won't tell me who's on.
Really, Sergio Mendes.
Sergio
Maybe
Mendes.
Sergio
Brazil
Mendes is on.
66. Yeah.
That's a Nuva.
Oh boy!
But I really appreciate that, and I long for that. That's the glue, man.
And he
That's
does
the freaking
too.
glue.
He does too.
Yeah.
I mean, more than you think. He loves you so much. I guarantee it. And it's scary. It's scary, that kind of love. And like, boom, see ya.
I
Right.
hear you, man.
So what
That's
do
tough.
you do? What do you do? You make light of it. But then when I go home, there's going to be a time where I'll see John Lennon on documentary, and that's like his favorite guy. And then I'll just lose it out of nowhere. I'll just lose it in the car.
I know
at a red
exactly
light.
what you're saying.
You know,
Yeah.
I've said this one other time on the show, but as far as I mentioned my stepfather passing away back in the '90s, mid '90s. My grandfather passed away, but growing up, I had a core 4 people. I had my mom, I had my stepdad Tom, I had my grandmother, and my grandfather. Core 4. Now, there's one left. It's my mom. And it's tough, but those are, and when you do lose someone and you go through the emotions of, that person actually not being there, but actually in you, that person will always be there because, first of all, the 3 people that I mentioned that aren't with us anymore, my grandmother, grandfather, and my stepdad, Tom, I learned something from all 3 of them and all these lessons growing up.
Take
and,
with you.
And you take with, I think about all 3 of them now quite a bit.
And I find a lot of times I'm worried about other people. Like, I'm more worried about how my brother and how his wife is feeling. But you know what they're doing? They're worried about me. It's like everyone's worried about each other, and it's like
But that's what family's about, though.
no one really focuses on just getting.
You gotta,
But it's different. Like painting a picture might be my way. You know what I mean?
for Mugzy, it's rapping.
Yeah.
And
for Darryl, what is it?
Oh, Daryl
It's
likes
the
to
bossa
dive.
nova, man.
Daryl likes to
making
dive
a
deep.
moist muffin.
Daryl likes to Daryl likes to dive deep, like into books, history books, and yeah.
I'm reading the Federalist Papers again.
This is what Daryl did. Yes, let me this is how it went down. Yesterday morning, Daryl comes in here. He goes, I'm reading the Federalist Papers. And I'm sorry, I didn't really know what the Federalist Papers were, but I'm like, wow, sounds like fun.
Not fun.
No, but it is for you though, and it's a way that you
It's enlightening,
right?
For me.
The thing about Darryl is he makes jokes and everything, but he'll spend the time off camera or off mic, and
He's a very
he'll
serious
talk to you.
guy.
No, not even. He's a listener. It's hard to find people that don't overtalk you.
What'd you say?
Like when you, but it's true. When you talk, a lot of people are like, if you're like, yeah, so I'm going through this thing. I went down the road. They're like, oh, I went down a road once, and it's my turn to talk.
The old one up. Like, oh yeah, I was playing baseball Saturday. Hey, I played baseball last Saturday.
Yeah, hashtag Gorman.
All right.
Love you, buddy. But no, but it is true, and like you can't put a price on that. People who listen get so far in life because you earn their trust that way. You can say so much by not saying anything.
Absolutely.
What? Were you saying something?
Well, listen, Jennifer Murphy Park says, so sorry, Gonzo. What a roller coaster of emotions for you in the past few weeks.
It is. Life ain't boring, that's for sure.
Sure ain't.
There's
Yes.
plenty of material to draw off right now.
We'll say good morning to Dan Chesney, too, in the Facebook Live room. Chris Rose.
Hi, Dan.
Good morning to you.
But thank you for saying that. What was their name? Something Murphy, right?
Yeah, Jennifer Murphy.
Jennifer Murphy,
Park.
thank you for saying that. I appreciate it.
It's very nice, right?
Yes.
All right. Hey, don't forget Pride Week, Pride Month, but the Pride flag will go up next week sometime, right? You're psyched about that, Gonzo.
Yeah, I mean,
I was there last year.
I feel bad for my dad. He never got to come out like he wanted to.
No, are you saying that you think your dad was gay?
Absolutely.
No, hold on a second. Wait a second.
That's a whole other button you're
My
pushing.
dad
man.
was so gay. I'm telling you.
What
No,
do you
he
mean?
wasn't gay, but
No.
if he was, I'd be very proud of him.
Right.
I actually met my wife through two gay guys, Keith and Keith. The Keiths introduced me.
Really?
Yeah, one of my buddy Keith and
Keith who?
Keith Carbajal. His boyfriend Keith Nato was Michelle's best friend from cheerleading. which is really gay and awesome. And yeah, that's how we met.
Wow.
Well, my friend Chris Rose is gay also. He's probably my favorite gay guy.
Wait a minute. Do people know this yet?
Yeah, of course they do.
Okay.
Oh,
You
yeah.
just out Chris Rose, did you?
What's that?
Yeah,
You
we don't
just
want to
out Chris Rose.
We
did
don't
you?
want to out anybody on the show.
No, he has a relationship. He's in a relationship. He's a great guy. Not here in Manchester anymore, but he's a great broadcaster.
Now, did he change his name to Rose afterwards?
No, that's his real damn name.
All right.
He just happens to be gay.
I love
Not
gay
that there's
people.
anything wrong with that.
No,
No.
gay people are awesome.
Absolutely.
That's
Imagine
right.
being gay, you could just hook up with all these people, like
Well, hold on.
promiscuous.
I don't
Okay,
generally
first of all,
imagine
that's
that.
not what
Not
gay. That's
generally.
not what being gay
You ever
is.
go to a gay bar?
I've
It's
been,
very
yeah.
promiscuous. Let's
Well,
just say
it's
it.
I've never been.
You've
like-
never been to any
like,
place
take
that
the
is.
sexual appetite of a guy, which we are guys, and now just square it.
Well, here's the thing. I went to the first time I ever went to Montreal. I went with my friend Chris Joyce. We drove up there, and then we got into our hotel. We went down, walked down to St. Catherine Street, and do we take a right or a left? Well, we took a left, and we realized that was that section of town.
Yeah,
'cause
super sex is that way.
we went to no, but we were sitting in a bar. You know, here I am, 18 years old, sitting in a bar, and we're both sitting there having a beer, whatever, saying, "All right, we're in Canada," and I'm looking around, and I'm like,
Oops.
dude, there's no girls in here. This is all dudes.
Oops.
And then I saw some dancing and realized, oh, okay. So, you know.
Did you say hi to my dad?
No, I didn't see your dad.
Stop it.
I didn't see your dad. He may have been at one of the bathhouses up there.
So wait,
Yike.
let's go back to you in Montreal. You're 18. All this temptation around, Peter.
Right.
Did you act on that?
Act on any
On
kind
your
of
urges?
I mean, I was 18, man. You know.
Hey, YOLO, you know.
Yeah, I know. I was 18. No, I probably went did your typical, you know, go into some of the adult dance, you know, the strip clubs. Then you go to like a regular club and try to meet, you know, maybe another some, you know, lady dancing with or whatever. But
you can get some polo out of the vending machine right next to the French tickler.
oh, really? a pack of Players cigarettes.
Yeah. Whoa. Wicked strong.
But no, serious. How do we get on the Canada trip?
We talk about promiscuous.
Promiscuity.
Gay
Oh
activity.
no. Oh yeah, about going to the gay section.
Right.
Right.
But I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem with going. You know, what be?
Well, you shouldn't.
No, you know, I
Why
know.
would you?
No, I know. But
What
some people do. Some people are like, I'd never. You know, you know.
No.
And
People
the
are
thing
stupid.
is, people
they'll
not stupid.
respect you though.
They're afraid because they don't understand. They don't understand why another man loves another man because they just don't understand it.
and
they
they're
don't-
not gonna
and they don't
attack
try to
you.
understand.
They're just
No, they don't try to understand it either. You can't stop it. You can't stop it. And then you hear about all these things. You hear about all these things like, oh, well, I'm gonna, you know, well, let's pray the gay away. Like, come on,
That ain't happening.
you know. We all thought Gonzo was gay for years until he had a baby.
Well, you know, the apple don't far fall from
the tree.
Oh man, right?
Wow.
You know, I don't know.
I'm not gay. I'm gay for pay.
You what?
I'm just gay for pay.
Oh, I get
Hey,
it.
a $20 bill is a $20 bill. you know?
Absolutely.
So, like,
The many colors in the homo rainbow. Don't be afraid to let your colors shine. Many colors in the homo rainbow. Show me yours, I'm gonna show you mine. And if you find your pot of gold, then every little thing is gonna work out fine. In the homo rainbow. Many colors in the homo rainbow. Pick any shade from black to yellow. Many colors in the homo rainbow. A warm embrace and a kind of hello. And if you find your pot of gold, then every little thing is gonna work out fine. In the homo rainbow.
Well, there you have it.
So when's Pride Day again?
That is next week.
Who were those guys?
That was Ween. That actually song comes from South Park, where back
Okay.
in the day they did they had a thing called Chef Aid, and it was like kind of like a Live Aid thing.
Oh, God.
Yeah, and Ween was on it, and Homo Rainbow. But that's a live one. All right, Carol Robideau will not make it here today, but thank you so much, Carol, for letting us know.
Thank you, Carol.
Yeah, right, Carol.
Busy gal.
Yeah.
Very busy gal.
Yeah, there's many colors in the Homo Rainbow. Don't be afraid to let your colors shine.
I
Daryl.
tell you, this is the best time to do it because we're very
The best
accepting
time,
nowadays.
the best time to do what?
Come out. I mean, imagine being.
Well, how many? I mean,
gay 50 years ago. I would feel horrible for them. They can't do it. They can't live their life.
right.
And imagine how those people felt not being able to come out.
Are we getting a storm or something? Oh, there's your dad's heart monitor again.
Yeah, it's the censorship.
Oh, right. We've been taken off the air.
He's like, why are you calling me out on the air?
Yeah, really.
Right.
But that was very true.
All right. We have the block party. Let's see. The flag raising at City Hall for the Pride, Queen City Pride flag 2019 will be on June 14th. At 3 p.m. at City Hall.
And that's a
following-
Friday.
That's a Friday. Then over the weekend, you got the June 15th block party at Medear's in Manchester over there on Hanover Street. It's going to be a lot of fun. Check it out. Gonzo, if you have time, you should go.
I'll be there.
I bet you will.
I'm on gay tour right now and hitting up all the events.
You really?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to miss out on one of them.
Right.
I
Man, I keep running into this picture of Ryan Gorman and his Sanders campaign thing.
Oh, geez.
How many? No, you see Ryan all the time. How many Sanders campaign headquarters has he attacked so far?
Well, he's biting a lot off. We'll see how much he can chew. I mean, I'm interested. I'm interested. I think he's gonna pull it off. I'd be nervous, just because he's doing all these interviews. You gotta kind of put it up.
A lot of pressure.
Well, how many interviews has he done?
One.
Oh, okay. Well, you said all these interviews.
No. Well, one, and then a couple more down the road, I'm sure.
All right, we're going to try to have him in next week and try to decipher all this
he's
craziness.
busy. He's busy.
He's painting?
No, he's a busy man.
Oh, is he really that busy?
Try to get an interview with him.
Oh. He probably said, I'm never going on that show again. I'll show Peter White.
Exactly.
He said worse than that, actually.
Right, I'm sure he has.
He said, that guy,
Right.
I know he's gay. How do you think he got the Bernie Sanders job?
Right, exactly.
He smoothes his way in.
Yeah.
No, you know what? I'm really nervous just because I love him so much, and I'm on his side, and I just want him to nail it. That's all.
Are you really on
If he
his
was a
side?
boxer in a fight, I'd want him to win, and
Absolutely.
same kind of feelings, because it's a lot. It's hard to put a digital image out there and then say, all right, I'm going to do this.
Right, exactly.
And then produce that damn image. So
Well, in his normal record, too, and if you go back and look at his history, what are the chances are that he pulls this off?
60%.
60%. I'm going to go a little bit lower and say 59%.
I don't know, Ryan.
Put it
so
this way.
I can't
It's
guess.
not going to suck, but to
Well, how many-
nail it, it's
How
going to be
many
hard.
how many Bernie Sanders headquarters are there?
And I'm like 5 times the artist as him, so I
Right.
couldn't even do it.
No, but honestly, though, how many Bernie Sanders campaign offices are there?
I don't know. I think he's got about 3 or 4 for sure.
Is he going to
though.
be tasked to do it in Vermont as well?
Yeah, so his image is, he submitted his image, they love it, and they're like, we'll do it at these places, and he's going to add his little twist. So, like, Londonderry, he'll put a little Mac apple in there.
Yeah.
Right.
Berlin, he'll put a
Very
heroin
good.
needle in there.
What happens when he does? What happens when he does something and he goes inside? He goes, "All right, I'm done," and he goes, "What do you think? What do you think?" And they come out and they're not happy with it.
Then he calls me to fix it. He's like, Gonzo, get over here. I need you.
Right.
I'm like, all right, man. I'm going to take all these interviews now, though.
Right.
No, what he'll have to do is just man up and finish it. Or talk to the
Or
client.
do it over again.
Or talk to the client and say, do you have any compromise here?
Right. I'm not only the owner, I'm also a client.
But you know what? I think he'll be fine as long as he's got the place to himself, because a lot of artists don't like to be watched.
Most definitely.
So if he can get the keys in there and just kind of bang it out, whether he's happy with it or not, he'll have time to fix it. And I'll help him. I'll do the grunt. If he needs me to go grab him a can of paint, I'll do whatever he wants me to do. You know.
Really?
Yeah, I will. Because if he wins, I win. I mean, if you win, Peter, I win. This is the way I look at it.
You're very positive today.
I'm always positive. I feel
on a
like.
very dark day in your life.
Yeah, it is. It's a shitty day. Ooh, crappy day.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I almost got away.
It's all right.
You know, it's kind of hard not to bleep it.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, it is. Do you have a hard time?
Because it happens.
It does happen.
Right. Spit happens.
Exactly.
My baby has a bib that says spit happens.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think it's hilarious.
How's diaper changing going?
It says Grandpa's gay on it, too.
My dad
How's
is-
diaper changing? I'm a machine, Peter.
My
I'm
dad
telling
is
you what.
my dad is gay.
Many colors.
All
in my
right.
poop.
All right. We're going to say goodbye to our Facebook Live room. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning.